start the game, there's going to be a few cheats that you're going to need to be able to explore Blue Hell in its entirety. And I'm going to display these cheats at the bottom of the screen. First, you're going to need the buzzard helicopter cheat. You're going to need the floater boat cheat. And you're going to need the cheat for the Turismo. Okay. Now, the reason you need those three particular cheats is because those vehicles are very small. And it's important to be small and not take up much space when you're in Blue Hell, because you're dealing with a very unstable environment, and that means you're going to make less contact with walls or other surfaces if you're in a small vehicle. The reason you can't make contact with too many walls and surfaces is because, again, it's unstable, and you don't know if the wall you touch or the surface you touch is going to cause you to pop back out to above ground. Now, the reason specifically for the Turismo, I know you're thinking that's a car. What use is a car in Blue Hell since you're mostly going to be flying around? Well, the car is for rendering interiors when you go into them, and I'll explain how that works later. So now that I have the game started, I'm going to show you how to get into Blue Hell. Now, I want you, first of all, to take a close look at where I am, so you can get an idea of where the entrance is. I'm not at the entrance yet, but I will get there. Okay, you think you can remember? Right here is where we're going to be. First I gotta get down there, so let's go. I already have the Turismo cheat put in, obviously. Okay. I'm gonna drive down to the dock. I'm actually driving down there so I can show you actually how to get here, so it's not just like, oh, he's at a dock, and now I gotta find it myself, you know? Because I've seen other videos that they just, when they're trying to show you something, they never actually show you where they are, they just kind of film it happening. Okay, once you're at the dock, you're going to want to go down here. You're going to want to climb on this rock a little bit higher up here. You just got to find a way to get up there. Okay, now that you're up here, you can see right down in the Blue Hell. See it? You're going to want to walk along the rock until you're a little bit down at the lower part so you don't pop up above the dock. Okay, now that you're down here, you can walk. Go right down into the water. Okay, now that you're in the water, you're going to want to swim to that rock over there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. The reason you have to get up on this rock is so you can spawn the floater boat, like I said before. And you'll see why you have to spawn this floater boat in a minute. Okay, there it is. The reason that you have to spawn this small boat is, again, like I mentioned earlier. You know, you can't take up much space here. Come on, get up on there. There we go. And if it were a huge boat, then we might just pop right back up above the land. Okay. The reason for this boat is so we can get up onto the ground platform where we spawn the helicopter, because otherwise we couldn't get up here. See this right here? This is where we're going to spawn the helicopter. Here, let me just slow down for a second. Back up. Okay, let me just go slow. There we go. That should do. Now. Okay, now that we're up here, we walk over to this corner. About right there. Just stand like that. Okay. And if it pops up in the air here, you just kind of adjust your stance a little bit and try to spawn it again. Where is it? There it is. There we go. Okay, and then don't fly straight up, obviously, because you got the land right above you. You just lean forward and take off like so. And you're in. Just a quick tip for when you're flying from island to island in Blue Hell, when you're crossing one of the rivers, don't fly too close to the surface of the water because you could get stuck on top of the riverbed, the land under the water, and then sometimes, depending on where you are, it can be a little difficult to get back underneath that land, but at the same time, it's not good to fly too low, because then you could just pop back up above land, because once you get to a certain depth below land, the game will naturally load you back up on land. It's a way to keep you from just falling into eternity that they built into the game. So the first interior I'm going to show you how to get into. I'm sure a lot of you will remember. It's on the second island. It's an office that in the original GTA 4, Nico went to apply for a job at so he could kill the CEO there. I'm right below it right now with the helicopter. I'm going to show you how to get into it and how to render the interior. It's going to give you an idea of how to get into other interiors in the game. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm right below the hallway we want to get into. Okay, I think I might just be about to hit something. But anyway, you're going to want to just always, when you're going into an interior, you're going to want to fly up from below to get into the interior. And you really got to make sure you're centered, because if you're too far off to one side, you could pop back out. You don't want that. So, okay. Now I'm in. Can you get out? I chose this particular interior because it's a memorable one, and also you can get out of it once you're in it. Some interiors you have to kill yourself to get out of, but this particular one you can get out of later if you want to. Now you spawn the Turismo, the car. Is that going to be too close to the door? No, that's perfect. Now, this is how it works. When you're gonna render an interior, you get into the passenger side, you wait for Luis to climb over to the driver's side, and then you get out of the car. And then the interior will be completely rendered, and you can walk around and interact with everything inside the interior. You'll see the difference when I turn on the car. And there you go. It's rendered, and the car is invisible. For some reason, I don't know why that happens. But there you go, now everything's fully interactive. I've already completely explored this interior many times in the past. You can't, like, bump into a wall and pop back out. This door's locked. But it is possible to get back out. And I'll show you how to do that, but I think I might just show you around. There's some people in here, you know. You can just hit them. I don't know why. I'm not able to get to them right now. There we go. Oh, geez. There we go. That's what I mean by how it can be unstable sometimes. But anyway. We go back here to the back office. Remember, this is where the mission took place. It's a pretty interesting little thing here. I'll get my sniper out. Can you read what that says? It says resume of Nico Bellic. It's a pretty interesting little tidbit there. So anyway, if you want to get out, all you gotta do is just knock out one of these windows. You can use a gun, but I got a baseball bat, so it's pretty fun. You can just knock all the glass out, I guess. I guess that's all the glass I can knock out, but when you want, you can just jump through that window and be right back at the outside. I don't know why I'm showing you this really quick, but here's just a little interesting thing. When you get back into the car, it unrenders momentarily. If you get back out, it'll completely render again. Okay, now I'm just going to demonstrate jumping out, and that'll be the end of this shot. And there you go, you're out, and the windows look completely solid. This video is starting to get a little long, so I think that'll be it for now. If this video gets popular enough, I'll make a part 2. But the reason I can't film more for this video is because my internet isn't very fast, and once my videos start to reach 10 minutes, it gets a little bit too big for me to upload given my internet speed. So again, if this video gets popular enough, if it gets enough views, then maybe I'll make a part 2 and show you a little bit more. But at least I showed you the basics on how to get into Blue Hell, the cheats you need, how to get into and render interiors so you can do a little bit of your own exploring. And, well, I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.